nice uranium shield gadget you got there. It's not an Auntie's Choice product, so it might actually work as advertised.
You have a very non-scholarly look about you.
Perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function optimally. Or we could... No, but if they deploy Manosaurs, we'd be... Do you have a specific matter requiring discussion with me that cannot be postponed? I'm rather preoccupied at the moment. That's not... Yes. Your assessment is absolute. Making a final decision over what to prioritize in the construction of this trench, given my current resources, has been a substantially more difficult task than I first estimated. Auntie's forces have pushed us from our initial trench line into our fallback trench, thus making it the new primary trench. Despite the fact that we are currently holding back Auntie's forces at the new, more narrow front, this leaves us in the unenviable position of requiring a new fallback trench. That being said, we shouldn't need another trench line. Our analysis shows us that Auntie simply lacks the resources to push through the current front line. However, there is a vanishingly slim chance that Auntie's has more resources in transit outside of the Arcadian system that we simply haven't accounted for yet. Correct. In this case, standardized algorithms, which includes a Poisson distribution method, using the data we accrued from years of tracking the frequency of different attacks. Unfortunately, I find myself in the extremely unlikely and stressing position of having these algorithms inform me that every type of attack is exactly equally probable, and thus my dilemma. Many, unfortunately, Auntie's human soldiery, raptidons, mantisaurs, scrappers, and even wild arachnids. In summary, many and varied. Alas, I lack the resources and time. I appreciate your input, though. Perhaps it would be advantageous to... No, that won't function optimally. Or we could... No, but if they deploy Manosaurs, we'd be better served having it the other way around.
Show your work or shove off.
Hey.
Cause trouble and I will school you. Chapter and verse.
Freelancer, please report to your assigned area and do not interrupt current operations.
This situation is untenable. We are prepared to fight Mantisaurs, or deal with this magnitude of enemy incursion should they attack again.
I hope you aren't being transferred.
Move on, Freelancer. I've been tasked with only treating enlisted personnel. Move on, Freelancer.
That
I've been
Mantisaur
tasked
was
with
at
only
least 4
treating
meters
enlisted
tall.
personnel.
Yeah, probably closer to 6.
No. Internal records classify you, a figure of ill repute, and with a significant backlog of fines.
Allow me, child. I have a familiarity with Order procedures. Such an unproductive misuse of time. I request we dispense with this matter in the interests of the equation and all who serve it.
But yes, quite right. The equation must take precedence. All charges shall hereby be purged from you and your companion's permanent record to avoid further distraction.
Glad my decades wasted outwitting petty bureaucrats weren't utterly in vain. But let's not overplay that option.
I do not believe I've observed you in these trenches before. You are aware this is a war zone, correct?
Attention, Freelancer. You are currently heading into no man's land. We strongly recommend you return.
Triggerfinger's still tired. Sorry, ain't ready yet. Ain't recharged.
Proceeding to attack. Standing by to stupefy.
You needed a stretch.
Suture me up. It would improve your odds.
Not getting up without help, Commander.
No me estuvo. Okay. Wow.
Friendly approaching from the north. Hold fire.
Halt! What is your destination? Everyone is on edge since that last attack. Honestly, the quiet has made reading far more enjoyable and increased the speed of my literary consumption by 14%. Formulated by the Order of the Ascendant.
Perhaps I should peruse Malkin's Immutable Mathematics again. I've only read it 4 times.
Friendly approaching from the north. Hold fire.
Hostilities are afoot. Standing by to stupefy. Suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Advance.
That is what I call a stubborn clog in the old pipes.
Friendly outbound. Hold fire.
Investigate. Weapon ready, Commander.
Top 2, but I'm not ready. Give the order and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Taking the fight out of them. They're benumbed.
How are you still upright over there?
Suffered extensive damage, Commander. Personnel. Commander.
Mobility interrupted. Mobility interrupted.
We would not refuse medical support.
Mobility interrupted. Mobility.
Everything wants to kill me.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, I tried that.
Who there? Mobilize.
Got trouble. Grab the one you need to worry about. You must have hit the wrong side of a freighter.
Fortificator at ready status.
Commander, watch your vitals. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Where'd the wires go? I was gonna scrap. I'll handle this.
The idea is to kill them before you die.
Spike pistol.
Either they have squatters or their decorators should be shot. Or both. Yeah.
Cowards! You've never bested me without subterfuge! Unhand me, and I'll show you how a true acolyte fights!
Check enemy light just turned.
Hostilities are afoot.
Don't make me bury another agent!
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Go for fortification. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Ain't nothing there. Combat. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Come now, let's wrap this up.
I'll skin your faces off one by one if you don't let me out of here!
That certainly painted a picture, dear. Bit illogical, hardly persuasive, but good energy.
There best be a stiff bottle waiting for me if I ever manage to make it out of this barrel.
Sounds like he's fighting for his life in there.
You cannot threaten one who welcomes a federation.
Oh no, it's... no, 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 no. No, no, I'm really not. There was uranium on my hands when I came in here, and now it's... Why didn't I wash them first? Thanks for the preposterously laden vice. How about you leave me to endure my pulpy penury in peace? Whoa, why won't it stop burning?
I'm not laughing, swear. I just got a tickle in my foot.
Not my first ventilation shaft, nor my last.
Release me now, you traitors! I'm here at the behest of the exalted leader. You betrayed the glorious dawn. Let me out of here! Let me out! Out!
Whatever.
Niles, dear, your relationship with Valerie is just so unique. I've never witnessed such a close connection between human and automech.
Val was there for me through my worst years. Kept me flying straight and level. I did the same for her, in a more literal sense. We've always been able to count on each other.
That must have been nice, dear. Counting is integral to our entire way of life in the Order.
Strength in numbers, right?
Initiate Carrington, audio log entry 10. My orders were to watch for the enemy. Specifically, to never break line of sight to my assigned field of view. But I can hear them advancing along the shore to the south. It's fine. Others have been assigned that field of vision. This is the most efficient method of defense. Architect, they're getting closer. Once I'm taking my orders too literally, I'll just peek. No. Trust in the equation. Trust in those greater than I in the order. I will keep looking forward for enemies from that vector. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I have faith that the architect...
This one appears to have been too terrified to even look at us. I almost feel bad killing him. Almost.
That's gotta be the N-ray range. I'm looking forward to having some words with this
Frenzy nearby. Resorting to violence.
Trigger finger's still tight!
Locking them down. Torpification in progress.
On your command. Not walking this off. Stand me back up. Knew you had my back.
not getting in the front door. Always another way in, though. I'm accustomed to this sort of sight when I leave a facility, not when I enter one.
Grub fingers of yours. Bring them close so we can chop them off.
.36 cubed, divided by the standard rate of fluid flow, and then you multiply by... is it 30, or... Oh! Hello!
Yes, based on your presumed body weight, I'd say multiplying by 30 is correct.
I was unaware that Victor, that is, Archivist Clemens, requested aid. Did he? I hope you're here to help regardless. That would be nice. Yes, of course. Such an excellent way to ground the mind when facing one's impending demise. Oh, dear Archivist Clemens has been so strange lately. So distant, so agitated. And not his normal agitation, mind you. This is something different. Much worse. He's deeper in the facility, working on something he deemed to be of the utmost importance. Either he is still below, continuing said work, or he is quite dead. And with all those cultists gallivanting about, I don't fancy his odds. "3 days ago, the range was inundated with fiends. Cultists, I believe. I am unaware if they're immensely foolhardy or simply mad, but they've caused no shortage of destruction. I've seen few firsthand, but that isn't because they've gone. Rather, I believe they have become visibility deficient." Oh, there's no such thing as invisibility. I can only theorize that their visual forms were sent out of phase when they haphazardly tampered with pressurized N-rays. It's a shame the facility is in shambles. We have an N-ray scanner device that may render the cultists far easier for one to locate. If I'm still alive in a week, I'll put in a suggestion to the presiding bishop that N-ray scanners be... The scanner is an optical device designed to detect electrical signals and the N-rays given off by all living beings. It was stored nearby. But with the damage to the facility, you'll likely need to use the maintenance vent on the wall there behind the screen to get anywhere near it. Don't worry.
There's the N-ray device that Exemplar Foxworth mentioned.
You cannot threaten me.
Enemy approximating in our vicinity. Let me know when you need a distraction.
Kill them all!
Is that you, Presiding Bishop? I'm sorry, I haven't had time to clean up. It's so hard to get bloodstains out of our uniforms. My, I really must be in a bad way if you're being nice to me. You're usually about as pleasant as an acid. You can use it to see the wires connecting this door to the nearest override panel. Try not to electrocute yourself. Don't worry.
I see now. Pretty cool.
Nice job, Commander. Seems that scanner really did the trick.
You've opened the way forward. Very good work.
Before it can become
Hostile in proximity.
a quick one, so
Proceeding to attack.
Oh crap. Really cool.
Consider self.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just stay with.
Standing by to stand by. Reviving me is in everyone's best interests. Thank you, dear. Mobilizing.
comm device, but I don't recognize the technology. Might be something these cultists use for encryption.
You cannot remain here. Complication after complication befalls this facility, and death stalks its halls. It was all well and good to end those cultists' suffering, but that was but the barest tip of the danger present in this facility. I implore you to depart. Blood does spatter this range. What am I saying? You're clearly not a custodian. Even if you were, I would vehemently demand you reschedule. I have nothing to say. I am no lackey. I only work with Augustine to do what is necessary for Arcadia. Oh, I don't expect people like you or Augustine to understand. My work is humane and must be finished. All else is secondary. You must remove yourself from the range. I don't want your blood on my hands, but I will spill it if you force me. I'm disinclined for any of us to die, whatever the reasoning. That is why I must complete my work uninterrupted. I beg you, leave immediately.
Victor, I fully understand the importance of your work. This is exactly why I push you so. Your moral justifications for delaying your delivery are misguided. Dead is dead. What matter is it if their ends come in 1 minute or 3? If you seek to be humane in your duties, fine. So long as I get the explosives in time. But if we fail to act, the Order will be lost forever. Collateral damage was always inevitable, Victor. You knew this. And the longer you take in your laboratory, the greater your risk of being caught becomes. If that happens, you know what must be done. But I should remind you that such a failure will result in vastly more suffering for all parties involved. We need those explosives now, Vic. Victor, I fully understand the important dead it, but if we fit and along, but
When all is consumed, all is accomplished.
isolated you from my hand.
I'll handle
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
Calm down. Let's wrap this up.
Hostilities are afoot. You'll try to limit further damage, Commander.
Transcendence. I have power. Station heathen for you.
Appreciate a little help, Commander. You have my back.
Joining me in the studio is presiding Bishop Ruth Bassan, orchestrator of the season, for the special episode of Ask a Pickle. Presiding Bishop, my students wonder how we could separate from the...
Investigating hostile intentions.
Got troublemaker. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Straight at them. Finding a haven from heathen attack.
Torpificator is charged.
Advancing to hasten their demise. Return to the floor.
Consider self-preservation a priority.
You have my back.
Friend of friends are a greater ally than any number of fellow scienticians. I hardly believe my eyes. I didn't think I would be leaving this room with all of my inner... I see you possess our N-ray scanner. Ooh, ingenious device. If I'd had it, I may have evaded being trapped here. Oh, I shouldn't have had to worry. Damn that Victor and damn his hubris. Fitting that his experiment would cause so much strife, that he would be untouched by the ensuing pandemonium. Pardon my excitement. I don't know the specifics, only that Victor was performing a procedure utilizing processed N-rays. When those cultists flooded the range, they damaged the N-ray. In the ensuing chaos, Victor's experiment was destroyed. I know some cultists were killed, but many more still live, moving unseen through the range. Survived is something of an overstatement. Most of the cultists died immediately upon exposure, and according to past experiments, those that haven't are experiencing... I would be more sympathetic to their collective plight, had they not promised to insert every item in this room down my throat in reverse alphabetical order. Because he refused to follow procedure. He didn't take an assistant or allow anyone to see his data, and now it's all consigned to oblivion. What a waste. Oh, believe me, this is more excitement than I ever wanted. I shall.
Approach my holdout. I once again ask you to stop. The path ahead is filled with unseen traps. Whether cultist or wayward scientist, you will be killed. I cannot afford your interruption. Once more, please cease. Must I say only death lies ahead? Observe. The time for that is over. Please.
Suffered extensive damage, Commander.
My entreaties were never going to pierce your stubborn will. Not when we spoke before, not when you reached my traps. I should have guessed. There is but one option left to me. To save Arcadia, to ensure the future, we must both die. Because the Order cannot be hindered by war or by compromise. Any obstacles must be removed, as much as I regret the need to do so. If DeVries does not receive my explosive, she will resort to a violent assault. Many will die, pointlessly, and in agony. I can at least deliver them an instant, painless death. I thought this explosive vest would be an unnecessary precaution. All I can hope is that by blasting us both from the field of play, the Order shall find its way to truth. Want has nothing to do with it. I have very specific instructions on how to proceed in the face of contingencies such as yourself. And you cannot possibly understand whether I am or am not capable of martyrdom. You do not know my depth of character. At the end of all things, my decisions were predestined. I am not at liberty to divulge the reasoning behind my actions. You're not with the Order. You cannot understand why this would be. Could I explain, the words would be lost on you.
I beg to differ. I'd likely understand any analytical or theoretical justification you claim to have better than you do, scientician.
I heard tell of an Order operative recently being spotted in the field. A legendary figure who'd been absent for years. One who'd be eminently capable of understanding the difficult decisions that must be made for humankind's ascension. That's you, isn't it? The end point?
You are correct, Victor. I am the endpoint, and I am well equipped to understand your reasoning, should it be sound.
Very well. Very well. I can spare words with you. Explain my perspective. It won't prevent me from doing what I must. If the Order is not prevented from reaching its true potential and solves the universal equation, all scientific uncertainty and any associated suffering will end. Enough! You're clearly trying to deceive me, but I shall delay my action no further!
Damn.
My fellow Loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Swear I can't lie low for 20 years without everything in the Order falling apart. Well, suppose we better head to the monastery now, yes?
I hope we didn't freeze. Hello. That's not good. Close it. Thank you, Trash.
sat and watched as Victor killed himself? You are one cold-blooded agent. I can't believe Auntie Cleo hasn't already made you V.
Let's try and freeze. There we go.
Beautiful mural. Wait, one of these panels ain't like the others. Looks authentic. Maybe we should take it with us. Not like it's doing any good here. Victor wasn't exactly the partner in crime I envisioned DeVries to have. Someone with a little more grit. That man back there? Reckon a tough crossword puzzle would have eventually sent him over the edge, even if we hadn't come along. I don't envy anyone in the Order's janitorial sciences. They're gonna have a hell of a time scraping him off the walls, and the floors, and the ceiling. You ever wonder what might have happened if DeVries had let us in on her initial plan? Surely we wouldn't have been taken in by her rhetoric like Victor. Right? Hotshot Earth Directorate agent swoops in to liberate your colony, sets you on a new exciting path, and you're telling me you wouldn't have been a bit smitten? Good law. I was a kid with a crush, like you said. It wasn't serious. If anything, I wanted to be DeVries. After Triangulum, all I wanted was to do for other colonies what Augustine had done for mine. Still do, if I'm honest. I will say, it's a lot easier to do just that nowadays. With you around, that is. Thanks for letting me wax for a bit. We can get back to what we were doing now. Unless there was something else you needed. It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Auntie Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than... And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out.
Got a bad feel about this line, hon. Don't like being so exposed.
I remember this place before the war. Functioning tramiculars. Peaceful silence of the canyons.
I can't
Thus, if we compare the rates of dust accumulation inside...
The meaning of life is numerical, and we are the keepers of the equation. Welcome! Have you come to bask in the Order's knowledge?
Grand Architect! First in it, Agent! Oh, thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. But I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is current peace talks. Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening. Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented... I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and...
If it's this bad down here, can't imagine what the situation's like upstairs.
Hope can support us.
I am 100% certain that his tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
We'd love to help, but not as much as we prefer to leave.
He's accounted for everything. He'll know you're coming.
They're getting out of here.
Reckon the Order teaches this flair for the dramatic to all their seers? Or is he a special case?
That belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that nothing occurs without a catalyst. Today, we are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate.
Fortificator at ready status.
Enemy approximating in our position, Commander.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander.
I'm back. Over here. Free hole in the head.
Stasis.
You are immaterial to advance bigger plans. Stay to a shielded position.
Jail for that.
Re-engaging.
Loading the news.
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Iced him. On your command.
That's the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
Looking low on ammo there, Commander. Help you look something up.
Found another one. I knew there'd be a high probability of fighting, but I didn't think... Document every corpse you find so you get an accurate head.
Hostile in proximity. Proceeding to attack.
Oh, sorry.
Lights flashing before my eyes, Commander.
Knew you had my back.
Those junction boxes. N-ray scanners should show how they're wired.
Voice of disturbance, now
Medic, please!
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Information gathering continues.
Hostilities are afoot.
Claim that all things happen for a reason.
standing by to stupefy. I'll handle this.
Location.
Stupefaction in progress. Taking the fight out of them. Bleeding. You suffered extensive damage, Commander. Whoever wired this place should be shot by me, then forced to rewire it in a more straightforward fashion.
Perspiring brow, if you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time. Scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying. Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative. Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist. I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites. Be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Wait, why am I... Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
would if it was your colony being invaded. Neutrality only ever supports the oppressor.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials we requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
I need the book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be able to locate both pieces of scholarship in the scriptorium. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing. You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way.
Augustine? Sure. She's got a mind for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get.
I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
Augustine was obsessed with the Rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the Rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently...
Oh yeah? And how'd she react?
Well, she hasn't returned, so perhaps she didn't like the answer we gave. Happens more often than you'd think.
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions, so I would thank you to exclude us from any remote drama. I'm sure I have no notion of what you're referring to.
Good for him. About time someone put theory into application.
What my colleague means is Landon Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions I do hope no one's been hurt, though. I see. That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan much appreciated.
resorting to violence.
Check enemy light. Combat! I'm the one you need to worry about!
No, not a travesty. Tragedy. A horror.
Investigating hostile intent. Vitals are in the red, Commander. Necessary steps forward.
Could have swore we left Scrabbles back on the ship.
Look, I know this ain't gonna get to the abbot, but I have complaints that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got, and it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice, but that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Things take time, Commander.
They're benumbed. Torpification in progress. Well, this is quite modest. Very simple and austere. Can hardly guess who lives here.
For a monk, our friend's sure not short on amenities.
forestalled by centuries, if not millennia. The blood spilled today is merely correctional ink, stamped onto a test of order aptitude. And whom do we blame when a student fails? Why, their instructor, of course. Bishop Basar has failed this order as its preeminent. And without our intervention, she would make peace with the... Yeah. Agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
All right, what's the call, Commander? Seer was right about one thing. We wouldn't be very good Earth Directorate agents if we just left him to die.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Raise high probability. Wiley dropped it here.
Let me guess. That safe won't open until we solve this puzzle. Seems like stacking the deck for a predictable behavior analysis. Growing suspicion the Seer's been overindulging in Aetherwave cereals.
Coming up on some foes. Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
and look. Let's get the signal.
Got it.
Stun weapon ready, Commander.
Random elements!
Over here! Free hole in the head! You lot couldn't hit the broadside of a flare!
Got no solution, but I'm not ready.
Mitigating the threat.
Ain't recharged!
Way to get the ball rolling. This laborious exercise is obviously intended to consume precious time.
gotta shoot. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Man.
Ah, see? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back? Hurry! Disable the court press machine!
That was the right call, but we've no time left to waste.
Not that I was concerned by you. Thank you, stranger. It should be okay here for now.
hostile intentions. Combat.
Anomalous anomalies!
Let me know when you need a distraction.
You are a...
Gorgificator is charged.
Wow.
Do try to limit further damage, Commander.
Combat! Over here! Three hole in the head!
Replenishing mechanism. They're benumbed, taking the fight out of them.
And I'll take care of him, Commander.
Awesome.
Mobilizing. Pulsificator at ready status.
Moving up to improve accuracy.
Vital critical. Don't become a statistic, Commander.
Honing in on possible hostile variables.
Not the one you need to worry about. Your lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Threat assessment confirmed.
Pulsification in progress. Mitigating the threat. Assessing.
Investigating.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
On your toes.
Progressive.
Oh, man.